Welcome to another episode of The Influential Nonprofit. I'm your favorite nonprofit podcast host, Maryanne Dersch. I work with nonprofit leaders to grow their influence so they can ask for and receive anything they want and need, including money, without feeling rejected or pushy. And I'm going to talk to you today about something that is very important and I think revolutionary. I'm going to talk to you today about how to tap into what donors really want using a concept that I call the philanthropic heart. Now, I think this is Dan Pallotta, the overhead myth levels of powerful. I mean, I'm just going to put that out there. I believe that this concept has legs and this concept is going to go really far. And here's why I think it's so powerful. In our nonprofit history, we have been taught that marketing and messaging communications is to make people care about what we do. I want more people to care. Why can't I make people care? And we think if we have just the right message, we say just the right thing, we produce just the right case statement with just the right evidence, somebody's going to go, heck yeah, never cared about that before, do now. So I've been doing this a really long time, since 1992. My whole career has been working in around for nonprofits, and I have come to several fundamental truths. And one of them is you cannot make people care about your organization, and that's not your job to make people care. I wrote about it in my book, okay? Because you can't. And what that requires is for me to change somebody in order for them to do what I want them to do. And a fundamental truth to everything in our life is we can't change people. We can only change ourselves. I was just talking to this about with my son the other day. He had some struggles and he made some choices. And I was like, do you see how the choices you make, your vice principal is going to be your vice principal, your boss is going to be your boss, but do you see how the choices you make are contributing to the state that you're in? Because we can't wait for those people to act differently. But hey, if it's just me, that's cool, right? Like, because I can do me, right? So it's not about making somebody do something. In my world, remember, this is how we work in courageous communication. We don't push, we don't convince, we don't pitch, we don't sell, we don't pressure, right? We don't do that. I don't have to convince somebody to care. And because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And this is why marketing, fundraising, our communications can be hard, frustrating, unproductive, because we're using it to try to change people's minds and make them care about something that they don't really care about, instead of allowing them to be who they are and care about what they want. And in doing that, allowing them to be who they are and care about what they want, our marketing and communication now serves the purpose of connecting with like-minded people. So finding the people whose mission, vision, values align with mine and connecting to them in a really, really powerful and meaningful way. I don't need anybody to be different. I'm just going to find the people that care about the thing that I do. That's what my marketing is for. And that's the philanthropic heart. The philanthropic heart is my ability to define who you are, what your value is, how and what you care about, to see if it connects, right? So our marketing, our communications, our relationship building is really only to define our organization's philanthropic heart, and then connect with other like-minded philanthropic hearts, and to be able to understand what's truly in people's hearts and witness and recognize that instead of wanting it to change or be different. It's really different than the way we've been operating before. It feels like a small shift in thought. Oh, I don't have to convince, I just have to connect. And also it can be it's a very powerful shift that can allow for a tremendous amount of shift in the way that we operate and how we connect and interact with supporters, board members, anybody inside your organization. When I talk about influence, what I mean is people you have no authority over, getting them to do what you want them to do. All right. So the philanthropic heart model is one way of tapping into someone, understanding what's truly in their heart, and then helping them to connect and see if that connects with your organization. If it is, you're going to help them. And if not, that's totally okay. Bless and release. Right. So the philanthropic heart, let me just say this. Why can't you make people care? Like, if that's a question that you have, it is a legit and relevant one. Why can't you make people care? It's because what makes people care has a lot less to do with the marketing, with the messaging, with the fancy brochure, with the beautiful website than it does in people's own lived experiences. So we talk about the heart, mind, wallet, that heart connection of the heart, mind, wallet. The heart connection is based more in my lived experience or your lived experience or any individual's lived collective experience than it is what nonprofit marketing message says. So your job is to understand and witness someone else's philanthropic heart. Because the one thing's for sure is I can't change it. Everybody gets their own. Now, the reason that I care about one organization over another, it's not about the organization. It's about my lived experience and what's important and meaningful to me. And living out that importance and meaning with my money, with my volunteer time, with my expertise through charities, through nonprofits. I'm going to let that land for a second. Okay. It's about me or any individual, right? Fulfilling my legacy, fulfilling my need, my highest ideals and ambitions through an organization. So it's got way less to do with what your nonprofit says. Now, communications is important, but not for the function you think. It's to connect with like-minded people and draw you to their organization. So let's get to the meat of this, all right? Now that we understand what a philanthropic heart is, that its job is to connect with like-minded donors because we can't make them care. I want to talk about the 6 principles or the 6 needs of a philanthropic heart. And I am going to share my screen as I do this. If you are listening to this, I always record the podcast and YouTube video, which is always on my website. So you can go to courageouscommunication.com/podcast. And there's a YouTube video on that website. And you can watch this if it helps you absorb the information more clearly and more completely. Okay. So I'm going to just walk you through the six needs of a philanthropic heart. The first one is, and I'm going to go through these within need. So these are going to build on each other and they're all important. And if you can create a relationship where you meet or connect with all 6 of the needs of a philanthropic heart, you will have a very powerful, meaningful, long-term, loyal relationship within your organization. So let's start. Number 1, integrity. Integrity. That means you do what you say you do. That's trust. That's being consistent. That's showing up responsibly and respectfully. That's integrity. We have to have trust before we build anything else. People want to feel that you're an organization of integrity, right? That you do what you say you're going to do. That is the foundation on which everything is built. The basic need. There's no trust, there's nothing. Second, people want to feel important. So number 1, integrity. Number 2, important. We have egos. It's okay. It's okay to have an ego. It's okay to want to feel important. I did a podcast just a few weeks ago about an organization that I volunteer with. There's been so much turnover. They lost. I'm not feeling important. I'll just say that. And some people have a higher ego need than others, and that's totally okay, right? Whatever. But we all want to feel important in some way. So they want to feel that they have integrity and that they want to feel important. The next they want to feel is interconnected. People want to feel connected to something bigger than themselves. My friend Amy Fazio says they come for the cause, but they stay for the community. They want to feel connected to something greater than themselves. Your ability to grow a donor base and grow a base of support is really a community of support. People want to feel connected to other people and to something greater than themselves. Then they want to feel, that's number 3. Number 4 is improved. They want to feel improved. They want to have opportunities for personal and professional growth. They want to learn and grow. When you give your supporters opportunities to learn more, to grow in their understanding of the cause that they believe in, that's a very powerful need that you can fill. The number 5 is invested. They want to feel invested. One of the greatest and most powerful needs we have is is investing, is giving our assets to something that we care about, contributing. That is a huge need of ours, is giving back and contributing. And no matter what that looks like for us, because it can look different for different people, but what's the highest and best investment we can make, whatever that looks like. And that's how people, they want to feel invested. They want to feel like that they have something to give, and what they have matters. The 6 is inspired. And this is the most profound one. They want to feel inspired that who they are matters, that the cause they care about matters, and that they are inspired to act on all the things that they feel, and they're inspired to create a world that's better, right? That's what we all really want, right? We just want to create the next best thing. So integrity is like important. They want to feel interconnected. They want to feel improved. They want to feel invested, and they want to feel inspired. So let's talk about what this relationship might look like. I'm going to share a relationship that I have with an organization that I think really covered all these bases. So I was on the board, and I'm a supporter and also a client of the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition. I bring them up a lot because they're really good at what they do. And I've worked with them for many years, so I know them very well. So integrity, yes, they do what they say they're going to do. They're a very trustworthy organization. They show up with trust and helping donors and everybody feel that they can trust them, and that they can feel safe and supported and grounded. So there's a certainty to it. Integrity has a lot to do with, like, when you're only emailing like 4 times a year and you've got a 20% open rate, you are making showing up with integrity difficult, because people are like, who are these people? Why do they email me once a year? Like, what's going on here? That consistency and delivery of communications really supports integrity. I trusted them. I loved them. All right. Important. They make me feel important. I feel incredibly loved and valued. Even just like when I get a card for my birthday that the staff signs, I get a note from the major gifts person on my birthday. I know it's all, in the database and all that, but it still makes me feel important, interconnected. When I was on the board, they did such a marvelous job of connecting us to each other and to the organization. One of the things that we did was, at the time where their offices are, there was a restaurant bar underneath. And I think once a year we would go, well, anytime after, we would kind of go down and like hang out for just like 45 minutes and just chat, with board and staff, like get that meeting done, and then come and just connect as people. And then we would bring in the junior board and have like a little happy hour. And it was always wonderful. They gave me so many opportunities to feel interconnected. Improved. All right. When I got on this board, I was really intimidated. And I'm like, I can't read a financial statement. I'm not a guy with a tie. Like, what am I doing? They're like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to teach you how to tell your story better. They're like, okay, let's do that. And I did a training for the board. I felt improved. I got to grow professionally. I got to share what I knew. It was like such a great experience. Another thing that they did for us was, it was a bus thing. And it was in November. I think they stopped when COVID started. But it was in November, and you get on a bus, and then you go to these different agencies, and you would learn what life was like for kids in foster care. Now, my kids came from foster care, so I knew it a little bit better, but that was an opportunity for our personal, professional development, our personal growth, for us to feel improved. Also, we're spending the whole day on the bus together, so, we're feeling more connected. Then it's invested. How can I feel invested in this organization? I donate money, I contribute my time, I contribute my expertise. And that's, I feel invested. And then inspired. Well, obviously I feel inspired because I know the work that I'm doing for them matters. And I know that they are creating a better world for kids in foster care, which is what I want. Right. So if you're struggling in a relationship, you can look and say, am I hitting all of these? Where am I missing out? Are they not feeling connected? Are they not feeling important? Are they not feeling like we're using their skills to the best of their abilities? Or they're feeling like they have opportunities for growth? Are they feeling invested? Like what they have and what they contribute matters? Are they feeling inspired? So you don't have to ask those specific questions, but when you talk to people and you ask them how things are going and tell me why you said that and what makes you say that, and you're just tapping into your listening skills, what you're listening for are those things. And can I check this off the box? And if you're coming in like, oh, let's say 'cause this happens every once in a while, right? Your database has a snafu, and this happened in a training. So a donor got upset because they give to this hospital foundation and they give to the lung fund, but they got a thank you from the heart fund. Okay, stuff like that happens, right? Well, now this person's not feeling very important, right? Because there was a snafu. And so when you're going to contact them and say, I'm so sorry this happened, I know you're probably not feeling very valuable right now if we're not getting these basic facts right, because we do know that you love the lung fund and you've been a great contributor for many, many years. And we're sorry this happened. You're just going to have to make them feel important again. It's okay. Your ego gets bruised. It's all right. Some people want the name on a building. That ego is important to them. That is significant to them. That's how they feel important. That's fine. So you can, any situation that you're in, you can go to, are they feeling integrity, the trust? Are they feeling important, the ego? Are they feeling interconnected, connected to something greater than themselves? Are they feeling improved? They have opportunities for growth, personal and professional growth. Are they feeling invested, that what they have and what they give matters? And are they feeling inspired? Are they feeling like who they are and what we do is truly making a difference? If you walk through those things, you got those, you're clutch. This is truly what donors want. And if you can create those 6 things, you can really, really make a difference. And if you want to connect with me about this, I'm happy to talk to you about it. You can just email me at Maryanne@courageouscommunication.com. And we could even, I'm willing to open up a few spots on my calendar if you're interested. And we can walk through your model and see, where it is, where you could, that you understand how each of these things is living out in your organization, how to create each of these things inside your organization, and maybe what we could improve upon or what your next best step would be. Happy to do that. I think the philanthropic heart is a really amazing concept. This came from years and years and years and years of me working around nonprofits and understanding I can't make people care. I love words, I love marketing, I love messaging, but it's not a magic wand, right? What is magic is really seeing people for who they are, not who you want them to be, honoring who they truly are, their true heart, and letting them own that. And if that means they become a donor of your organization, great. And if not, that's okay. You get to honor who they truly are instead of wanting them to be something they aren't. It's a much easier way to live, I'm telling you. All right, that's it for me in this episode of the influential nonprofit. If you are looking for, I am looking for speaking gigs. So if you need a speaker for your nonprofit, I could talk about the philanthropic heart. I could, and I have a lot of more keynotes and workshops. If you're interested or you're looking for a speaker, you can contact me, Maryanne Dersch at courageouscommunication.com. And I will see you next time on the influential nonprofit.